Hi everyone, welcome to Stamp with Jini. Today I'm going to share with you how I made this fun and flirty skirt using our paper doilies. They were a lot of fun and they were fast to make, and you can even add color to your paper doilies if you'd like to match your designer series paper. You can check out my earlier video on how to do that if you'd like. I'm going to set this aside and we'll get started. I'm going to set this piece of black cardstock below so that hopefully you can see this a little better. The first thing we're going to do is take your paper doily and cut it in half. And then you'll cut each one of those halves in half again. Now you have 4 pieces. I'm going to take one of those pieces and set it aside, and we'll use that later. Alright, you're going to take one piece of your paper doily and you're going to fold in each side, basically dividing the paper doily into thirds. The main thing that you want to be careful of is that you're keeping this point nice and sharp. That will allow you to do the next step a little easier. So now that I've got it folded into thirds, I'm going to open it back up, and then each one of these thirds I am going to fold back on itself again. There you go. That's the first section done. And we're going to do this 3 times using each one of those pieces of doily that you cut earlier. Into thirds, open it back up, and then folding that doily back onto itself towards the outside edge. And here's the last one. Into thirds, open it back up, and folding back to the outer edge on itself. And like I said, you want to make sure that point stays as clean as possible. There you go. There are my 3. So let's put the skirt together. I'm going to use my multi-purpose adhesive for this next step. You can use snail if you prefer. I just think the multi-purpose adhesive gives you a little extra time for you to work with the doily pieces. I'm going to set this first piece in the center, lining up the tip, and then I'm going to take the second piece and put it on either side of that center piece. There you go. The skirt's finished. I'm going to set that aside for a few minutes so that it can dry and then show you the next step. Now that my skirt is dry, I'm ready to trim it. And I tend to leave my paper doilies loose, but if you like for this to stay in place a little better, you can actually take a little glue dot, snail, or your multi-purpose adhesive again to put those pieces down. And all I do is snip off this top triangle to the length that I want my skirt to be and add it to my mannequin. There you go. It's that quick and simple. And let me show you the finished card so that you can see it. I love this Pop and Cuts die. It's a lot of fun to work with and all the coordinating products that you can find in the spring catalog. I really didn't think I was much of a paper doll person, but once I got started I found this rather addicting and didn't want to stop. So here's the inside of the card, and I used our Feel Good stamp set on the bottom here because those sentiments are so great. And there's the outside. Thank you for joining me today, and if you'd like any of these products, please feel free to stop by my online store. It's open 24/7, and you can get there from my blog, www.stampwithjini.com. Thanks for joining me.